So I'm speaking today on behalf of the American Society of Hematology as the chair of the awards committee that administers the Bridge Grant. So this is an important initiative from the American Society of Hematology, American Society of Hematology that has been going on now for a while. It started in 2012, and it was meant to provide a potential source of funding to some of our colleagues across the country who have important research programs that can benefit patients but had difficulties obtaining sufficient funding to continue their research program. And so this was really meant to try to provide some extra help to be able to pursue these important research projects across the country in a situation where it was already difficult back then to obtain funding for the continuation of these programs. So over the years, it has helped, I think it's about up to 180 grant recipients across the country, and it has had an important impact on several important projects that benefit our patients. So this was a series of changes that we had been working on for a while already. Started a little more than a year ago out of concern for many of our colleagues who are sort of in a mid-career stage. These are people who have already been fully trained as hematologists, have positions in different institutions across the country, have established research programs, many good ideas that could benefit our patients. And then these colleagues often have trouble sort of continuing this important research. And so what the expansion of the Bridge criteria intends to do is to provide access to this potential funding mechanism to more of our colleagues with an expanded set of criteria. For example, having had an application for funding that was not funded irrespectively of other criteria, and then not requesting any other matching support from their institution, just providing the opportunity to apply and then be evaluated for the quality of the research is what we intended to do. We are hoping to, reach out to as many of our colleagues as possible so that they are aware of the program and they can evaluate if they might be eligible. We are certainly hoping to reach out to as many as possible. We are anticipating that we may see a surge in application, in the current funding climate being quite difficult. So we want people to be aware of this program if they are eligible to support it. We are also reaching out to colleagues and other allies of hematology research just to make them aware of this program, because ASH has already committed a significant amount of money, about $1 million, to this program this year, but we are also ready to potentially up that commitment, and we will make sure to channel all the donations to the ASH Foundation for this special program this year, so that if there are more meritorious programs that are being submitted for consideration, we might be able to support a larger number of them across the country. It's an important program. It will help bring more important research to the bedside, potentially generate more new therapies for our patients. And if there is interest to support it, we certainly welcome donations to the ASH Foundation to support the program as a whole.
So I have been working in coagulation for the last 24 years, and my current research topic is focused on anticoagulant protein S and how it can regulate thrombosis at the same time hemophilia. So it's a very interesting protein. We are working on 2 current RO1s, where in one RO1 we are trying to find out that in premenopausal obese women, the chance of thrombosis increased by 25-fold. And we saw that the synergistic downregulation when obesity is there along with estrogen of proteinase. So that is kind of intriguing to us, and we are trying to solve what is the mechanism that is responsible for this kind of down regulation in in one project. In another project, we are trying to follow the discovery that we made in 2012 that proteinase inhibits factor 9A, and we were able to find out the binding sites in 9A where proteinase binds. And now we are working with proteinase to find out where the interaction sites of 9A are. Because the ultimate goal is to prepare a mimetic from proteinase binding site region that can be used to treat thrombosis or hypercoagulability, which happens due to excess 9A or other reasons. So these are the two current projects I'm working on. And recently, we also started working on pancreatic cancer and the role of proteinase in reducing the tumor volume, also the hypercoagulability associated with it. So these are the current three projects I am working on. I have quite a big lab. I have 5 people in my lab, 4 postdoctoral fellows and 1 MD PhD student. And plus the summer students, they always come and go. So that's how we work right now. To talk about my research, how it got benefited from ASH, it has a profound impact on my research at a critical time. I received the award in 2019 when my lab was in urgent need of funding to continue its operation. Since my previous NIH R01 has ended in 2019, and I have submitted an R01 on this obesity project, and it did not receive a fundable score. So to revise and resubmit this proposal successfully, I needed to generate new data. However, without financial support, this was very, very difficult, and I had reached a position where I had to close my lab. But this ASH Bridge grant came as a lifeline to me. It was a lifesaver. It provided the crucial funding necessary to retain my postdoctoral fellow and technician, allow us to get the key data for R01 revision, and then finally we got our R01 in 2020 after this ASH grant finish. So this was the main thing that helped me to sustain my lab and keep my research team employed. So actually, in one word, this ASH Bridge grant was a game changer for me. It was a lifesaver for me. It provided the essential support that kept my research alive and allowed me to push forward in my scientific pursuits. Currently, when the scientists are facing this kind of NIH budget cuts or restraints and there is not enough funding, I will request them and urge the scientists not to get nervous. Please do your research, and there are fundings like ASH. ASH Bridge funds are available, and you can apply and get a support to make this 1 year gap in between two R01s or to any other grants in NIH so that you can continue to get your R01. So don't panic, don't give up, just go and apply for the ASH Bridge grants. It will definitely help you like the way it helped my research. So as a hematology researcher, I am eternally grateful to ASH for giving this ASH Bridge grant. And I would request all my fellow colleagues and scientists and hematologists who are currently in a very nervous state of mind because of the NIH funding conditions. My request to all of them is that keep your nerves, continue your research, and apply for this grant. This will definitely help you to sustain your research careers as it did to me. That's all I want you to do. Please go ahead and apply for the ASH Bridge grants.